So when I was 16, my innocence was stolen from me and replaced with a lot of fear. I had been raised in a home that was very safe and secure. And when my assault happened to me with a trusted boyfriend, it felt like it ripped the carpet out from under who I thought I was and my perception of the world. And so what was replaced there was literally just fear and powerlessness. And so it changed the way I lived. It changed the way I did everything, all of my relationships. And it wasn't until I found and took a SASS defense course that I got my power back and that the joy came back into my life. And so I approached the SASS founder and I just told him that if you will train me, I will make it my life's work to go out and train as many women and girls as possible so that what happened to me doesn't happen to them. And that's what I've spent my time doing ever since. And it sure is a beautiful thing, and we've watched thousands of women get their lives back and get their power back. It is all about empowerment, what we do, and we are here to help lift women up, to give them an anchor to grab onto when they're scared and they feel like they're going under. We are a lifeline. We are another way for them to get counseling. It's a physical counseling versus a mental counseling, but it is no doubt one of the most powerful things I've ever felt in my life. And there's countless stories of women that feel the exact same way. And it's just beautiful. One of the questions was, were there any barriers that I've had to overcome? And truly, being a woman and a mom of three who doesn't look like she's packing heat or the next UFC champion can be a little challenging, not only to male onlookers, but also to women who have been coded in the notion that women can't fight back and win. And so part of the challenge that we have is going in and training a group of women and letting them know that they do have power and that we can take their strengths and teach them to use their strengths to combat an attacker's weaknesses within a matter of minutes, hours. How much ever training you can have is what we can give you and turn you into a totally different. So what motivates me is the memories of what it felt like to be haunted by fear. And then the current stories that I hear from women that are struggling as well with their own stories. And also the idea that we can have a future that's free of violence against women, whether it's tolerated, exploited, or hidden. I would like to free every woman from. I agreed to be a part of Women That Amaze because I think it's super important to connect women who are really going out into the world and turning their pain into purpose and making a mark dark on the world. I think connecting those hearts is hugely important for us to encourage each other and fuel each other on. I look forward to seeing every week what Women That Amaze has to say and who they're going to feature, and I just feel super honored to be a part of it. The world wasn't complete until women showed up, and so I think it's great to celebrate. I think if you want to know more about a person's passion, you look at their time and where they spend it. I spend a lot of time at home with my husband and my children, and that fulfills me in such a big way, and it's a huge part of my life and something that I enjoy incredibly. But then on the other side of that is SASS Defense, which is the other place that I like to pour out my time, whether it's teaching classes at universities or with the police departments or with the military, or if it's training new instructors that are going out into the world to train other women. We also like to partner with other businesses and get them involved at a grassroots level, as well as going out and lecturing and doing things at different conferences and things like that. Either way, you will find me usually doing one of those two things, either being with my family or working with SASS Defense, because that's what I'm best at. But I truly do enjoy every minute. The question was asked of if there was something I would like to pass along to somebody that I wish I would have known when I first started my business. And the SASS founder told me one day that I needed to be as wise as a snake and as gentle as a dove. And there's rarely a day that passes that I don't think about that statement, just because I think we're called upon every day to use our intellect as well as our instincts, which is kind of like the snake, as well as the part of the dove that just seems so soft and gentle. And it's our warm hearts that we have as women and our desire to help other people that we need to foster as well. But the two connected really bring out passion and purpose and help us to drive forward to make big changes in the world. We're living in a world that walks out of the door thinking, I hope they like me, and it shows up on their phones when they're checking them to make sure that they got as many Facebook likes as they can in a certain amount of minutes. And we're becoming quickly a culture that is so concerned with what other people think about us that we derive our self-worth from it. And I think that if there's one thing I could say to little girls out there right now is that we were born worthy. We were created for a purpose, and there's a reason that we're here, and we can go out into the world and make major change. But that all depends on your perception of yourself and knowing that you can go do anything you put your mind and your heart to. Use your gifts and your God-given talents to make those waves and to do different things in the world. And so I would like to see a shift in our culture, and especially in our little girls, where they're walking out of the door not thinking, I hope they like me, but instead thinking, I hope I like them. And then they surround themselves with people that are actually worthy to be around them, that have good hearts and that are focused on making sure that they're kind and good and that they stand up for what's right.